Hello and welcome to today's video. My name is Eric, and in this video, I'm taking you through uh, basic retouching of this image. So this is straight out of the camera. I recently did a shoot with one of my beautiful clients called Fatty. So this is one of the shots I want us to retouch together. So I haven't really done anything to this image. It's just that I put some blues in the shadows, and then yeah, blues in the shadows, and then the midtones, it was a bit reddish. So those are the only thing I have done. Now to begin, there's this feature in Capture One that does the blemish removers for us. So the retouch panel, I'll come to blemishes and then move my slider. Now you can see that almost all the blemishes have been removed for us. And then I want to lift up the dark shadows under her eyes, and then even out the skin a bit here, so that it will be easier for me doing the frequency separation in Photoshop. I want to contour, okay, and then the eyes, lighten them a bit. Then I'll come to my adjust panel. Mostly I want to push in my blacks in the curves to bring in contrast or to add contrast. I think here is a bit okay. I'll push in my whites. I will generally lower the highlights, mm, and then lift the midtones here. Okay, yeah. So a bit of making it a bit colder. So yeah. So open the image, edit with Photoshop. So welcome to Photoshop. Our image is opened. Let me crop it with a 4 by 5 Instagram crop. Okay, I want the eyes to be in line with. See, I think this is okay. Enter. So let's go straight. I have my action from FX Ray, the advanced retouch. Yeah, because it's a close up, I'll use a radius of maybe 1.4, and I mostly like to turn on my black and white layer so that I can see the actual details of what I'm doing and not the colors. So start by blending in here. So one thing I always say is that to understand frequency separation, you realize that I'm not blending everything together, but I'm doing it section by section. So I blend, I lift, I blend, I blend, I lift, come to a different area. I blend, I lift it. I blend, I lift my mouse. I blend, I lift, I lift, I blend, I blend, I lift, move to a different area. So that is how it is done. Else, if we are doing everything like that, you are going to have a flat image. There will not be shadows, there will not be midtones, there will not be highlights in your image. So you have to blend everything separately. So I'm blending, I left it, I moved to a different area. I'm blending, I left it, I moved to a different area. Blend your left, blend your left. So you do this for the entire image. Okay. where it becomes necessary to lower your the size of your brush to you do so. And then so so you can see I want to lower my brush size and then blend, lower my brush size and blend, lower my brush size and blend. So come here, blend here, lift my mouse or my pen, blend here, lift it, come here, blend, lift it, blend, lift it, blend, lift it. So I'm smoothing the colors so that there will not, the transition from the shadow to the midtones will be seamless. Yes, that is the word. Okay, so I'm blending the cheeks. You can see I'm blending them in. I'm blending them in. I blend, I lift, 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 blend, I lift, I blend, I lift. Blend, I lift, I blend, I lift. So that is basically all I'm doing. I'm blending the skin from the shadows to the midtones to the highlights. That is all I am doing. Okay, I think I've done a good job. Mm, a quick before and after, before and after. Let me see. So do a correction of my blending. Some parts didn't. Yeah, well, yeah. And this is okay. So if I turn off my black and white layer, this is where we have got into. So before and after, before and after. I think I would have to correct here and blend it in more. Mm. Yes, so this is a perfect frequency separation I have done. Here is a quick before and after, before and after. So now what I will do is to do my dodging and burning. So I bring in a curves adjustment layer, then I'll change the blend mode to multiply, and then invest the layer mask by making it black or filling it with black so that I hide, and I'll name it Ben because it darkens. Another adjustment layer, curves, and change it to screen, which will brighten. Another control I to invert the layer mask, and then I'll name it Dodge. Okay, I'll put all of them in a group, and then I can name it Dodge and Ben, Dodge and Ben. So what we are doing in dodging and bending is that we are basically lifting the darker part of the image and then reducing the highlights in the brighter part of the image. So I can still bring in a black and white adjustment layer so that we can actually see what we are doing. Now I want to reduce my flow to I think 0 to or 3 will do, 3% will do. So what I want to do is I feel these sides, they are darker, so I want to raise it a bit. So one thing I learned too is that you can turn off your frequency separation, then you can actually see the image with how it was captured, how the light flowed, so that you can follow that part to get the exact you can get the exact shape the light took on your subject. Yes, so can turn this one on. This side is too dark, so I want to brighten it a bit. So a quick before and after. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it. So I'm lifting it up before and after. Now it's obvious, you can see it. To bring this one up a bit, bringing this one up a bit. Yes. So this is what is mostly termed local dodging and bending, because your focus is on specific areas. So an area like this is a local area I'm dodging. This is a local area I'm dodging. This is also another local area I am dodging. So all this is to a quick before and after. I need to lift up here the shadows here. Before and after. I want to brighten the sides a bit. Here, brighten it a bit. I can brighten here a bit. Touch on these areas. Come to the chest area. I would want to lift up the shadows here a bit. Okay. I want to bend some areas. I think this side is too bright, so I want to put in some shadows or some bends to make it less bright. This is what it is also doing. Mm, so I'm trying to reduce the brightness a bit with my pen layer. So yes, so you can see it. This side, this side. These are areas which are very bright, so I want to reduce the brightness there a bit. So I can bring them back in my global dodging and burning. So this is it. This is a quick before and after. Before and after. So without wasting your time, I want to duplicate this layer, and then I'll fill it with black. So I'll fill them with black, and then I will do my global dodging and burning. So for the global, I want to turn off everything and then come back here. So you can see that this is the original image without anything being done to it. Now what I want to do is to I want to follow how the light fell on the subject. So you can see that this side is shadowy. So what I'll do is to bend. I'll bend all of this side. So let me put in a layer. This is my brush tool. Let me increase and change the color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend these areas. I'm bending all of these areas. There's a bit of bend here. There's a bit of bend here. I think I'll bend these areas. I'll bend these areas. I'll bend these areas under her nose, under her chin will be bent. I'll bend these areas. I'll bend these areas. I'll bend these areas. And then I'll change my, let me use yellow or green, so that here these areas are going to be dodged. This area will be dodged. This area will be dodged. This area will be dodged. These areas will be dodged. These areas will be dodged. So that at the end of the day, we can have a depth in the image. So that is basically what dodge and bend does. So I've deleted my layer. I want to reduce my flow to 5. Now I'll start with bend. So as I indicated earlier, I am bending the side to put depth in the face. This area will be bent. This area will be bend. This is what dodging and bending is all about. We want to put a depth in the image so that we can see a clear distinction between the shadows and then the highlights and then the midtones. Yes. So this area I have to bend it. I have to bend all of these areas. Areas under her chin. I'm bending all of these areas. Bending. 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 Then select my dodge. I have to dodge these areas. I even have to bend here. so that you can have some depth. Bend here, bend here, bend here, bend here, bend here. I'm bending. Okay. Then I can dodge, to dodge here, to dodge here, to dodge here, dodge here, dodge here. Can bend here between her lips. Bend here. All of this is to put depth in the image. So I'll bend, I'll dodge here. So this, what I'm doing is also called the global dodging and bending. So globally, globally, putting all this depth back into, then to bend under here, here, or there's a highlight here. Let me dodge here. Yep. So to bring everything back, mm, this is what we did with our global dodging and bending. So you can see that we have restored the initial so I think there's been a long tutorial because we did the image processing and then came to Lightroom, sorry, Photoshop. So what is remaining is to whiten the eyes, and then I think that is all. So to whiten the eye, this is what I do: a hue saturation adjustment layer. I reduce the saturation. I select a photo filter and then add a cooling filter, and then I introduce a curve and then lift it up. I select all and then group it and then invert it by hitting Alt and then clicking on the layer mask. So now what I'll do is to reveal my layer mask by painting white into it. To now the basic idea is that when I inserted the hue adjustment and then desaturated it, it has removed all the colors that will be in the eye, and the blue filter is to enhance the whiteness of the eye. So I'm painting in white, and then the shadow is to brighten it. If I want to make further adjustments, I can come select my curves and then brighten it more, and then brighten it more. So here we are. I think it is looking too bright. In portrait or in retouching, we say less is more, so we reduce it to the minimal so that it is not very noticeable. Because if you do it too much, everyone will know that you have worked on this image. Yep. So I think we are good to go. Here is a quick before and after. before and after. Let me save the work and then let's go back to capture one. So this is our before. Okay, this is our before and this is our after. Yes, thank you so much for staying tuned and watching to the end. My name is Eric. I'll see you another day.